was understood. It was understood.
Punchline not delivered effectively, but
hey, still plenty more wrestling to go. Just got to have a few in the back pocket for later. As Alicia Berg, winner on mat number 3. Some more pinstripes over on mat number 8. Dannenberg of Mineral Point taking on Luke Hartz of Johnson Creek.
Well, I did something and got rid of all my tabs. I have no idea what I did there. They're all down here.
Got to pull track wrestling back up.
Huh. Well.
And looking for the fall on mat number 2. Nolen Owen of Baraboo in position as Rode is able to fight back to his stomach. 6-0 as they head into the third.
Teague snuck down to the Boston radio station below us and hear him being interviewed by his hometown. Two gentlemen who have been blessed with the gift of gab. He might never get off that.
You know, it wouldn't shock me. Well, he's still got a good amount of time before him and Joe have to be on the mics here. So
yeah, he said he wanted to rest his voice, and that's him resting his voice.
Hey, to each their own, I guess.
You know,
it seems like Teague is the kind of guy, the more he talks, the better his voice gets.
Well, I've learned about this. So you go into social settings, and some people are drained by social settings. That's me. Like, I get a certain point, and I just want to, go hide under a rock. He can walk into a social setting dead tired, and he just gets more and more excited. I'm like, who are you?
Yeah, it's different. It's different.
Brooke Hansen from Wrightstown, the junior, wrestling on mat 4 against Brianna Gehring of Slinger. Right now, Gehring up 4-0.
Speaking of 4-0, Adam Whittier of McWanago leading Gabe Metzler 4-0 on mat number 1. 28 seconds remaining. Metzler being tended to. As a little peek behind the curtain right now, Steve currently throwing some Jolly Ranchers towards Teague. Some good-natured, assault feels like a strong word.
Yeah, that's just me trying to throw him off his game.
Yeah. Loosen him up for the third, 5th place matchups and the finals tonight. You can tune into the finals. Pre-game show begins at 5 p.m. this evening on your local WIAA station. If you're here in Madison, that's channel 27, WKOW.
Dannenberg and Hartz, Mineral Point and Johnson Creek. Tell you what, 2 programs with historical wrestling. Johnson Creek, 80s and late 80s, all throughout the 80s, early 90s, one of those really solid programs. And Mineral Point has just always been a mainstay. Right now, Dannenberg up 2-1. That one's in the 3rd period.
Brianna Gehring of Slinger with a fall in the 2nd over Brooke Hansen of Wrightstown. As Whittier punches his ticket to the 5th place match, 8-0 winner over Gabe Metzler of Waunakee.
Dannenberg turning Hartz. Tell you what, that's a 2-0 match, and Mineral Point just doing Mineral Point things. They get in the top position, only up by a few points or so, and they just feel so comfortable. Like a jackhammer, they just ride you with those turns and get those points.
2-1. As 5-1 as the near fall is counted for Dannenberg. And on mat number 5, Reese of Bigfoot Williams Bay with a 4-0 victory.
Prado and Kempf up on mat number 1, Kettle Moraine and DC Everest. Got 2 juniors going at it.
Still scoreless in the first over on mat number 2. Tucker Athey of Bayport and Finn Growls of Middleton.
Carter Reese just got Carter Reese just got the win. The junior, 50-4, now 51-4. a 4-point victory.
And on mat number 8, Jacob Dannenberg from Mineral Point will snag the 5-1 victory. He is heading to the 5th place match.
So what, I'm going to do a check of that team score because Mineral Point just quietly are, I think they have 7 wrestlers down here. I want to say they placed all 7.
Yeah, currently before the update, tied with Coleman in 5th for 59. Dakana's lead has shrunk significantly. They have 80 points right now. Iowa Grant's 73.5. 5-0 on mat number 3. Marin Yates of Merrill leading Tuul Fukuda of Portage 5-0. And a turn on mat number 1. It's like the referee's signaling 2 near fall. That one's going to be 4-0 in favor of Kemp, the Evergreen.
I love that big evergreen on the back
Big
of
old
the singlet.
tree.
Yeah. Put a tree on our singlet. I love it.
DC Everest with a good run in the football state tournament.
DC Everest,
past
yeah.
year.
Absolutely.
I was at their game where they defeated Wanakee in Wanakee.
Oh, nice. Were you announcing it?
I was.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's cool.
that was a good game.
Tell me about that. So ESPN Radio Madison. How did you get involved in that? What was the How many steps for that?
Yeah, so I started as an intern back in the summer of 2022. First class after COVID. They were starting everything back up. Always been interested in content. Started after that. They liked me enough, did good enough work where they kept me around.
Nice.
Doing some part-time marketing work. Then they're like, hey, you want to get on air? You want to do content? Let's train you to be a producer. So
nice.
I was trained and have since continued to grow in my role, working towards on-air hosting clearance. It's been a great journey, great team over at ESPN Madison.
Yes!
It's been fantastic. But ultimately, today, not about me.
Well, and a little bit more. You get to work with the great one, Dennis Semrau.
True, Dennis Semrau is the best.
And now it's funny because sometimes I'm driving, I'll just throw on basketball games because I like to listen to see how people commentate. And I have heard Dennis Semrau, so I've